Hey guys! So I've been not doing homework and working on my dress some more, and so I wanted to just talk about a couple of the things that I'm doing right now to give you ideas on how to do things, whatever. So first, I have my skirt all stitched together into a big circle, and I serged all of the edges on the seams and on the top, but the bottom I did not serge because I'm going to turn, and then cross stitch that up, so we don't need serging there. And then I also cut out my back pieces and I serged, I cut the center back where the zipper will go on the selvage, that way it'll be really hardcore. And then I serged the side seam and the waist seam, and then I turn stitched, can you even see that? Yeah, you can, the top, so that'll be the top of it on the back. So last night, while I sat around after we were all done with quick changes, I figured out my math for my pleating. And pretty much I'm just going to do little tiny box pleats all the way around, so it just kind of I've done that once before on my chocolate covered cupcakes JSK, and I really loved it, so I've been wanting to do it again, so I figured this is the perfect opportunity. So now I have my bodice all stitched together, and I serged all of the seams on the inside except for this top seam because I'm going to pink that, and then when I face that to the lining, it'll just be a little softer because the serging does create some bulk, so by not serging the top it'll allow it to lay a little flatter up here. So now let's talk about the inside. So I talked about how I'm going to gather down the center here, so I just put some gathering stitches down the center and at the sides. And then what I'm doing to hold that all together is I have some Prussian tape. You can also use like twill tape or stay tape. You just don't want it to stretch, like it doesn't stretch at all, is the main purpose of this. And I cut down a piece of this, the length it needed to be, and then I gathered down the center portion and I just pinned it to the Prussian tape there. And then I will top stitch that from the front, and that'll hold it in place really well so that none of the gathering will move and it'll always stay that way. So I'm going to do that here at the side seams as well with that gathering. And then I will face the top, I'll bag it out, I'll just like and turn it. And when I know I probably say I bag it out a lot, all that is you pin the two pieces together so that they lay flat completely as one piece. And then you stitch along your line all the way around, and then you grate it, and you press it, and you flip it, and you press it, and then it's like, oh, pretty line. And this one I'm definitely going to understitch, which means that I will stitch the seam allowance to the lining so it doesn't ever roll out. This dress I made similar to this, but I didn't understitch it, and the facing, which thankfully is the same fabric, but it always wants to roll out like this instead of stay tucked down. So instead of like this, you just do it like this. So that's what I mean when I say to bag things out and understitch. And then another thing that I'm doing here that I really should do more often, but I don't because of excitedness at making dress, is I have some feather light boning here, and this is like really thin, like skinny ridgeline, which is just like plastic boning, and it has a curve to it. And you always put the curve towards your body, and I just stitch that on the sides so it kind of has like this corset look to the seams. And then that'll hold it very flat when I'm wearing it. Boning's really great so that your things don't get bunchy, which is sometimes it's not noticeable, but since I wanted that line, that like stitching on the sides of my seams on this one, I figured I should put in boning too. That will hold it nice and straight. But I think I'm only going to put it in the front, and I might put it on the side seam, but I won't put any in the back probably. But we'll see how it works. Since this is going to be a halter top, I probably might actually end up putting some in the back just by the zipper to hold that straight up, so it doesn't like scrunch down. So that's where I am on this, and it's very much exciting. I don't always serge my edges. Sometimes I'll turn stitch, or I'll pink and stitch, or there's lots of different ways to do edges. So I could probably share that sometime. But yeah, so this is just a quick little update and how things are going. And yeah, so I hope everyone's having a really great week, and that you're making really fun things too, and that you are doing your homework. Because I am not. I'll do it now though. I'll do my homework now, I promise.